My goodness, state regime media, which calls itself Fox News, collapsing on air. They had Ted Cruz as a guest, and Ted Cruz is like, you know, the thing about these communist countries, whether it's Fidel Castro, whether it's Putin, whoever, their leaders become billionaires and enrich themselves and entrench the oligarchy. Sound familiar? Here, play this clip of Ted Cruz. Let's play it.
And by the way, Mondami, you know who does own a pied-à-terre? That would be Comrade Mondami, who has a palatial estate in Uganda. But that's always the case. Fidel Castro was a billionaire. Putin is a billionaire. The leaders of communist regimes are always rich. They steal and rob from those they govern. Look at what...
And then Sean Hannity brings on his big guest of the evening, Bibi Netanyahu. Sean Hannity says, how did your meeting go with Donald Trump today? And Netanyahu says, it was the greatest meeting ever. We talked about how Iran has nuclear weapons and that we're going to stop anybody who's trying to divide my great relationship with your Führer in the United States is incredibly, they're not getting what they want right here. I am once again going to tell them about the nukes, and we are going to get the United States in more catastrophic, never-ending wars. Here, play this clip.
You know, you met with the president today.
Yeah.
How'd that meeting go?
It was great. It was one of the best meetings that we've had. And I always hate to disappoint our would-be critics who are trying to find, cracks in our alliance. And what they find, like today, is a wall of granite, because the president is so clear. I mean, we have a common commitment. We don't want to see this fanatic regime in Tehran have nuclear weapons to threaten every American and to threaten the peace of the world and to threaten the existence of Israel. So we have
I mean, seriously, after that war criminal got us involved in this never-ending catastrophic war, has destroyed our country, has engaged in genocide. He's going on U.S. media with that propaganda crap. Are you absolutely kidding me? Back to Ted Cruz on state regime media. And he goes, I think it's their whole thing right now is the communists are coming to get you. The communists are coming to get you. Donald Trump literally taking over corporations, enriching himself, working with the Maduro regime and Delcy Rodriguez. Trump's behavior, in my opinion, is like literally the worst communists in history right now. But this is what state regime media needs to do, because they know they've made the American people suffer. They know that Trump's made the American people suffer. So Ted Cruz is like, you've got one political party that's just gone bat crap crazy. The Democrats? Have you looked at yourself in the mirror? You're run by a Führer who goes and posts deranged AI images all night. Here, play this clip.
How do you sell food when Mondami is saying we're going to undercut you by 30%? He wants to drive all the small businesses out of business because he wants the government in charge of everything. And I got to tell you, this threat, look, some Republicans are saying, gosh, this is good because these guys are so crazy, we're going to win. I think it is a very bad development for America when one of our two major parties goes bat crap.
Then they go back to Benjamin Netanyahu, and Netanyahu's like, I'm going to go to New York and I am going to let that hateful mayor know the hate he spews. What is this? The 1930s again? Who are you? Why are you on American media? Why are you interfering and intervening in our politics here in the United States? The mayor of New York City, Mamdani, is a very popular mayor who's actually working, rolling up his sleeves to help the people of New York. But we have the leader of Israel is now coming into the United States on American media to talk crap about the New York City mayor. It is utterly despicable to see such a heinous propaganda network like state regime media Fox. Here, let's play it.
The authority. And you've got this lunatic mayor in New York thinking you may get arrested if you go to New York, which will never happen.
First of all, I'm going to New York.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you there when I go to the UN in September.
You know, I moved to Florida.
Well, you know, you can take a
I'll
plane.
come up. Yes.
You've come to Washington, so you can
Yes.
go there. But I'm definitely going there. I'm going to speak the truth in front of this. You know, there's just hate spewing elected official who's pitting one group of New Yorkers against the others. He's turning them against New York Jews. I mean, what are we in the 1930s? What is this? You know, so much hate, so many lies.
Then Hannity asks Benjamin Netanyahu, well, God forbid, what happens, Bibi? Bibi, what happens if you have a medical emergency and you land in a country that recognizes the International Criminal Court, which has a warrant for your arrest for genocide? Do you worry about that, Bibi? And Bibi goes, we have special forces to handle that. We have special, if that happens, I guess we'll just kill everybody. Again, what the hell are we even watching here? And who is the viewer for this? Who is the American viewer right now who is suffering from, I want to know. I mean, who's the American viewer who watches this and goes, you know what? I am really glad that Bibi has special forces, that if he has a plane crash in a foreign country that recognizes the International Criminal Court, they're going to kill everybody. I mean, do you have any self-respect for yourself if you're watching this? Like, don't you care about you and your family and your community? Or is it just you're so obsessed with the Trump cult that like Netanyahu is your guy? What the hell is even happening here? Let's play this clip.
Vile this international court is.
But it scares me in this sense for you. You travel internationally.
Yep.
God forbid you had a medical emergency and you need to land. And you're about to land in a country that recognizes the ICC. It could complicate things. Do you worry about that?
Yeah, I think about it. You know, we have we have special forces around. You know, I served with them for 5 years.
No, the IDF is pretty tough. They have a very tough reputation.
Let's give them a new task. You know, yeah.
So then on state regime media, they talk about how unpopular the disastrous budget bill was, which Trump calls the big, beautiful bill. They said, when you poll Americans, this is deeply unpopular. But that's why Donald Trump needs to go out there more and talk about how great this bill is, and then it'll get better. Okay. This disastrous budget bill ripped away healthcare from tens of millions of Americans. It's one of the biggest wealth transfers in American history. The rich get richer. The poor and everybody else struggle even more. Rural hospitals getting shut down. Oh, and by the way, a lot of the disastrous stuff doesn't even kick in until after the midterms, and it's already been disastrous. I mean, Trump's out there giving speeches about wanting data centers in everybody's backyard. We want data, liquid gold, he calls it. We want liquid gold in everybody's backyard. I mean, you've got Trump out there saying, this is what he says when he goes around to give speeches now. He goes, I am better than your parents for you. I don't care what your parents did. I am better than your parents. I'm watching this. I'm like, what in the hell cult is this stuff? If you told me that this was the stuff that Jim Jones said to his cult before they drank the Kool-Aid, I would say, I don't believe you. You're getting too out there. No, this is what's going on here. Let's play this clip.
The big, beautiful bill, which Trump is talking about on the stump, has a terrible reputation. People don't like it. Even Trump's base doesn't like it. In my view, partly because Congress has been in a defensive crouch, refusing to tout the big, beautiful bill, refusing to tout no taxes on overtime and all these things that these guys in Michigan, I think, are going to really applaud. So, he needs to sell this because Congress sure isn't.
We're going to talk about that this morning during the show, because you're right. Americans don't understand the big, beautiful bill. They don't realize what it did. And that's messaging.
Terrible.
We're going to talk.
It's 2026. America just turned 250 years old, and in 2.5 centuries, we've put men on the moon, invented muscle cars, built the internet, and automated almost every single piece of technology. But when it comes to the bathroom, most of you are still cleaning yourselves like cavemen. The Tushy bidet I have is a real game changer for me. The cleaning experience is amazing. I feel and am so much cleaner after using the Tushy bidet versus using TP alone, and the installation of the Tushy bidet was easier than I thought it was going to be. Tushy Bidets transforms your bathroom wellness for life, gut to butt to bowl. It soothes your bottom with instantly warm water that never runs cold. 99% of people who wash with Tushy warm water bidets feel cleaner and fresher after going to the bathroom. I can attest. Tushy Bidet gives you 2-in-1 benefits, reducing irritation and preventing micro tears with soothing water instead of scratchy toilet paper or damaging wet wipes. People who have made the switch to Tushy use up to 80% less TP. No more clogged toilets, no more wasting money on something that does an inferior job cleaning your body. Every Hello Tushy Bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty. Air conditioning stops at your waistband. Stay fresh all day with Tushy. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their first bidet order when you use code MeidasTouch at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com with promo code MeidasTouch.
But then state regime media, Fox, needs to have its own numbers, right? I mean, under Donald Trump, the U.S. has lost manufacturing jobs. At the same period of time in Biden's administration, the U.S. gained, 625,000 jobs, manufacturing jobs. Trump has lost 75,000 manufacturing jobs. And what was Trump's promise? Manufacturing boom? Well, we have manufacturing job losses. Electricity prices would be cut in half. Electricity prices are significantly higher. Inflation would be reduced on day one. Inflation is higher right now. No more never-ending wars. No more wars in the Middle East. We have multiple never-ending wars. Wars all over the Middle East. Donald Trump keeps going, I do deals. I'm the deal. Dude, shut up talking about the damn deals. You're just like a loser. You don't do any deals. You're a destroyer. You're not a builder. And then he has this guy, Jameson Greer. This loser, this trade rep, who's the U.S. trade rep, he's like, well, actually, under Biden, we lost manufacturing jobs. Objectively, we gained manufacturing jobs under former President Biden. No one would look back at Biden and go, you know what? Bad for manufacturing. Quite the contrary. But Donald Trump promised I would make it better. And he's only made it worse. Every metric Trump has made worse. That's just the fact. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. That's just the facts, Jack. Here, play this clip.
The president bet that tariffs would bring American factory jobs back. There's a new report out that says it didn't work. It was out June 15th, Freedom Foundation, and it has the U.S. manufacturing jobs over the last 10 years. What do you say to that, if that's the real purpose of implementing a lot of these tariffs?
Well, I do think you have to look at historic numbers. So during the Biden administration, after the COVID lockdown ended, we had a rebound in manufacturing jobs as the economy opened back up. But then we lost 220,000 manufacturing jobs in the last 2 years of President Biden. Last year in 2025, President Trump stabilized this. And now in the first half of 2026, we've seen the manufacturing jobs go positive. So it dropped severely. We stabilized it. Now it's coming back up.
Want to pull out the charts? Okay, we'll pull out the charts. Steve Ratner, great with the charts, great with the graphs, great with the data. I love data geeks. I'm a data geek. I like it. Here's what Ratner says. Trump claimed his tariffs would bring about a golden age of American manufacturing. True or false? That's what he said. Did it happen? Since his re-election, we've lost 75,000 manufacturing jobs. Over the same period, Biden created 625,000. Look at it right here. You'll see for yourself right here. Those are Trump's losses. Those are Biden's job gains. Under Trump, U.S. federal debt has surpassed 100% GDP for the first time since World War II, and it's on track to beat the all-time record by 2030. If any of these frickin' Republicans call themselves deficit hawks, fiscally conservative, shut up. You are the least debt hawk. You're the least conservative out there. Y'all are running up debt more recklessly than any possibility. What are you doing? Manufacturing jobs grew under Biden to a peak of almost 13 million. Under Trump, they've declined despite his I'll bring the jobs back. I'll bring the jobs back. Trump promised to lower mortgage rates. The 30-year rate remains stuck near 7%. Look at the treasury yields, the 10, the 20, the 30-year over 5%, the 10 and 20 approaching 5%. Not good at all. So where do they go? Where do they go from here? Well, Hannity brings on Bessent, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, and Sean Hannity said, do you believe in 5 to 6 years there won't be any need to save for retirement because of the abundance AI will create? And Bessent's like, I do. I agree with Elon Musk there. We won't need to save for retirement. What in the con artist crap are you all talking about? But I want you all watching to pay attention to what they're doing, right? Because what do con artists say? They always change the benchmarks. They always change the goalposts, right? So they say right away, on day one, I'm going to do this for you. Do they do it on day one? No. At the end of the first quarter, I'll do it for the second quarter. Actually, we need until the end of the year. Do they do it? No. The first quarter of 2026, that's going to be our year, right? That's what Trump and Lutnick and Bessent said. The first quarter of 2026, that's when you're really going to see major growth. Does that happen? No. End of 2026, is that going to happen? No. First quarter 2027, is that going to happen? No. What are they going to do? They're going to blame Democrats. They're going to blame they didn't pass Save America Act. And we were so close. We were so close. But folks, guess what? In 5-6 years with AI, with those data centers, we're going to have so much abundance. We're going to have so much abundance that you don't even need to save any money for your retirement. It's right around the corner. It's going to be so great. You want to address the fact that perhaps everybody's job may be lost because of AI and young people are going to have no futures because you want to talk about the health consequences and the destruction of communities by data centers. You want to speak to us like adults, or you want to just do your 2-bit con artist routine and then just treat all Americans like they're stupid, or people in the world like they're stupid. But I'll tell you what, if you're there watching a Trump speech, whether you're in Michigan or Georgia or wherever, and he's saying, I'm better to you than your daddy and your mommy, and you should call me daddy and mommy, and you're there and you're like with your kid, and you're like, you got some big freaking problems. Okay. I will never be able to connect. You have no respect for your kid who's by your side at that event. You have no respect for yourself. You have no respect for your life, for the life of your family, for your community. Seriously, I want to like shake these people. Have some self-respect for this ain't a political thing. You brainwashed mutant. Have some self-respect for yourself, because these con artists are pickpocketing you. You don't see it? Well, here, let's play this clip.
Curveball question at you. Elon Musk gave an interview, I believe, to The Economist, and he said that in 5 to 6 years, we will have, more than we'll have 5 times the size of the economy we have now. And he talked about abundance. And he talked about every American having every need. And there won't be even a need to save, for your retirement like we have historically because of this, quote, abundance that he believes AI will create. Do you believe that?
I do, but I think I would change the timeline. Yeah. That I've seen Elon speak for a long time, and he is, look, his record speaks for itself, both in terms as an inventor, as a venture capitalist, as a great American, but he's normally early. He's just so far ahead of the curve. He sees things that no one else sees. Right. But I do think we are building this incredible economy that we can't even imagine. Sean, 25% of the jobs that exist today did not exist in 2000.
That's an amazing thing. So
yeah, you don't see that those two fascist Furbies over there are screwing you over. You don't see that? Anyway, hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thanks for watching, y'all. Appreciate you.
Breaking news right now, my brothers and I wrote a book. It's called WTF America. And well, doesn't that just say it all? It comes out officially this October, but you can pre-order your copy today. Just scan the QR code or click the link in the description below.